Well, Happy New Year. Today we are in the process of making a traditional Black American Thanksgiving dinner, which consists of black eyed peas, collard greens, fried fish, and cornbread. And the idea behind this is that you can see with the eyes the money, the collards, swimming in all year round, and the gold cornbread is for prosperity and wealth. So here I'm putting in the basic ingredients of the collard greens and peas in. I'm putting in some collard greens that I grew on my own over the summer, along with some turkey, some smoked turkey wing parts. That's what I choose to use. You can use pork, whatever. I also put the beans in. Now, here where I put the greens in at the same time as the beans, I wouldn't do that. The reason is because when you do that, sometimes the beans don't cook as well. It concentrates on getting the collards tender, but not the peas. So I will cook the black eyed peas first for whatever your time is. 3 hours, maybe 2.5, and then put the greens in and cook those for the final hour. Here we go, seasoning. I'm using Better Than Bouillon chicken flavor. It is a delicious way to start a base for for black eyed peas or any type of greens, anything you're cooking. So I start with that. We're going to move on over. If I can ever get this darn Better Than Bouillon off the spoon, I'll have to worry about that a little bit later. Anyway, we're going to go on and use some of the other seasonings. Some other things I use is this Garlic Plus powder by McCormick. You can use garlic by anyone. I love the Tabitha Brown seasoning when she had that. And you can always find a nice garlic. It's very good. I also use some garlic powder at the end. So I season until my ancestors tell me to stop, or my doctor, because I don't want to use so much salt. A little granulated onion powder there. And again, just seasoning until I feel like I've had enough. A little garlic powder. I need to get these tops off. I was having a hard time with the lids, but that's all good. The next thing I'm going to use is some of the Cajun seasoning. So this is Cajun seasoning. It's very much like, what is the stuff that I used to use? Tony Chachere's Cajun seasoning, but this is just good old Costco Cajun seasoning, and it works very well for me. I like it. And finally, a little paprika. And so now I'm going to go get a little water to pour over the greens and black-eyed peas. And I had just enough water in there. You want to get it pretty much covered. You obviously don't want the pot spilling over, but you do want your beans and greens pretty much soaked in. So there I had gotten it pretty much to where I want to be. The next thing I'm going to do is just push down because, it'll get a little bit better under the water. And this also gives me a chance to, mix the beans and the greens up so that they cook appropriately. Now, one thing I did that I would not do again, I would not, listen here, I would not put the greens in at the beginning. They cook much better when you separate them. And so I ending up having to put in the pressure cooker toward the end just to get the beans to where I like the tenderness of it. So if you like your beans softer, don't put the greens in at the beginning. Wait, let the beans cook and then add the greens in. The greens, even though they take a long time to cook, they don't take nearly as long as the beans do to soften. So here, just mixing it up and giving it a good stir. And what I'm going to do is I am going to add my top onto this, and we're going to let it cook. I'm going to come back and check it every 20 or so minutes, and we'll be right back. Okay, so this is what the pot looks like before I go. And here's me coming back 1 hour later. I did put my top on. It looks like they're cooking up pretty well. And so we're going to let them cook. Let them cook. So now we're going to season the fish with fish seasoning by Danny Rose. For the corn flour I also put in some Old Bay. We're frying that up. That is wonderful. And here we see the black-eyed peas looking wonderful. almost done. And back to our fish, which is pretty much finished. And finally, you see this lovely plate that we have created with the black eyed peas, the collard greens, the fried fish, and the cornbread. Happy 2026. I hope your year is filled with prosperity and wealth. Come back, subscribe, and I'll give you a meal a day. All right? Bye-bye.